I'm just going to talk right here since I'm at this mic. I was asked to talk about missions. I have no idea why, but Pastor Billy and Pastor Jason asked me to talk about missions. And I'll get back to the song we just sang at the end. But like Pastor Jason, I could probably talk for an hour or two, but I'm going to try to keep it about 6 or 7 minutes. But I guess at the beginning, back in 2014, in the summer of 2014, I had a coworker of mine that was going on a short-term mission trip to Guatemala. And there was, I believe, 1 spot left or 2 spots. I can't really remember. And I actually tried to talk to Jason. I said, hey, man, I really want to go on this trip. I need you to go with me because I don't know any of these people except one person. And kind of fast forward through that, we went to Guatemala with a ministry called Medical Missions. And basically, throughout the week, we got to go to many different towns and villages to give them medicine. It's a group of Guatemalan doctors that were basically treating or seeing the patients there. And we had an opportunity to either work in the pharmacy, to work with the kids that showed up there, and also to witness to people who were waiting on medication. So we had an opportunity every time somebody was waiting on medication to basically talk with a translator and share the gospel with these people. And that week just really changed my life. I came back here to Rockingham and could tell that God was really stirring up something deep within, and I really wasn't sure what it was. We had an opportunity, including Robert L. Baptist, to go back to Guatemala, I think it was 3 or 4 times in a period between 2014 and 2016. And we got to go to a children's home called Casa Alleluia. It is a children's home for abandoned children, for kids that are physically and abused and other areas of abuse that we really won't need to go into. But on average, there's about 200 to 300 children there that stay at this children's home. So every time we would go, I felt that same stirring within me that I was supposed to do something. I wasn't sure what we were supposed to do. At that time, back in fall 2015, we had a 9-year-old and a 4-year-old, and the thought of moving to another country for we didn't know how long to be full-time missionaries was, to be honest, a scary thought. We struggled a lot with, was really God calling us to go to Guatemala, and was it our fear and our insecurity of the reason why we wouldn't say yes? And so for months, the fall of 2016, we prayed alone, we prayed together about what we should do. In January of 2017, I quit my job, we sold our house, sold 2 vehicles. And I don't say that to say, hey, look at us. I say that to say, hey, look at what God did. We showed up to the Charlotte Douglas Airport with 21 suitcases. And the lady at the desk looked at us like we were absolutely crazy, which some people here thought we were crazy too. But I can remember walking into the airport and just thinking, wow, we're doing this. Like, we're really about to go to Guatemala and serve there. And I guess to back up a little bit, most of you know Jordan, our oldest son, had or still has a disease called eosinophilic esophagitis. You don't have to memorize that. But at that time, he actually had a feeding tube. And so his primary nutrition was formula that was in a powder that was mixed with water, or you mix it with water, excuse me. You get a syringe, you hook it up to the tube, and you pour formula in it. So when we were making this decision, I guess I needed to say this, we found out the last time we went to Guatemala before moving there that we couldn't buy the formula in Guatemala. So I thought, oh wow, we're not supposed to do this, like this is just me. So a few weeks later, somebody had messaged, I think Randy, I think it was through Facebook, and said, hey, we have a bunch of this formula. And I don't know what to do with it. No kidding. How many do you have? I don't even remember. Was it 6 months, I think, of formula? And so there were many answered prayers. That was one. Which that was one reason we had 21 suitcases too. Don't worry, I didn't pack that many clothes, but Randy did, but I didn't. But no, I'm just kidding. But fast forward, we served there at a children's home. We were dorm parents to a group of boys that were 7, 8, and 9-year-olds. So most of the time we were there, which was almost 2 years, we had 16, 7, 8, and 9-year-old boys that lived with us. Does anybody have any boys, young boys? You raised young boys? Yeah. So you have 1 or 2 or 3, maybe 4. But you can imagine what 16, 7, 8, and 9-year-old boys. It was pretty chaotic. It was pretty wild at our house, at our dorm. Our apartment was just a little, I'm not sure how many square feet, maybe 600. It was just block. Had a metal roof, tile floor, had drop-down ceiling, no insulation, no heat, no air. We did have a hot water heater, but that was nice. But and it was connected to our boys' dorm. So we served there, like I said, for almost 2 years. And the opportunities that we had just to love on these children and to share Jesus with these kids was unbelievable. We have absolutely no regrets for answering God's call, and our children went to an American missionary school while we were there, and we came back, and I came back in December 2018, and we've been back one time since then, but unfortunately with the COVID pandemic, we haven't been able to go. And my prayer for our church, and not just for Guatemala, is to be involved with missions. We just had an opportunity to give to Lottie Moon Christmas offering, which is for International Mission Board, which is Southern Baptist sends out tons of missionaries every year to all kinds of countries. My prayer as a church is for us to be passionate and have a desire to not only do missions here in our community in Robertdale, not only in North Carolina, in the United States, and obviously overseas to other countries. We want to be part of the Great Commission, right? Does anybody want to be part of fulfilling the Great Commission to proclaim Christ's name to unreached people groups, to other nations around the world? That's what I want to be a part of. I hope that's what you want to be a part of. This song that I chose this morning was called I Will Follow, and we sang the chorus many times, but I want to go over it again. The chorus says, where you go, I'll go. Where you stay, I'll stay. When you move, I'll move. I will follow you. Who you love, I'll love. How you serve, I'll serve. If this life I lose, I will follow you. And I pray that is our prayer today, as individuals and as a body of believers. Another reason why I chose this song is we had an opportunity to teach the boys that live with us in Guatemala the chorus of this song in English. And I spent a couple days trying to find the video, and unfortunately I couldn't find it. But 5 of the boys that lived with us while we were there in Guatemala, who are now 4 and 5 years older, went back and to one of the girls who lived with us while we were there and she videoed them singing this song. So I want to end with that video. After the video, we'll have children's church. All the children can come down and go out that door. But there's the video of our kids singing, "I Will Follow." Thank you.
Where you go, I go. Where you stay, I stay. Where you move, I move. I will follow you. Where you love, I love. How you serve, I serve. Lose your life, I lose. I will follow you.